Hey guys. Okay, so in last week's video, I talked about the fact that the profile of the external cladding, signs of wear and tear, and the absence of any obvious join marks between the body of the house and known post-1946 veranda enclosures can be used to work out whether that cladding is original and hence whether it can be removed under the exemptions. So I thought, hey, why don't I continue this whole house detective modification type theme this week? And let's talk about one of the other things that I look for when I'm trying to work out whether a house has been modified and therefore whether we can draw on exemptions to cover removing those components. Now, as you probably guessed, today we're going to talk about windows. Surprise, surprise, spoiler alert. So the first thing I want to say right from the very start is when it comes to this whole detective type stuff, it's not an exact science. It's not one of those things where I can go, if you tick this box 100%, it's a post-1946 modification. This kind of work is more a balance of probabilities type game. So what you need to do is you go around and gather all of the different puzzle pieces and bring them all together, and then you go, okay, based on a balance of probabilities, this component here is a post-1946 modification, etc., etc. The other thing you need to understand is that basically it does not account for human error. So let's be honest, things don't always go to plan, little things can change on site. It's not very common when it comes to these houses, but it does happen. Also, it doesn't last but not least account for the fact that people often tried to be, well not often, sometimes tried to be fancy, and they tried to fake it till they could make it by pumping some extra money into the front rooms, the rooms that their guests would see, so that when people entered their houses, they went, oh, you guys are doing all right for yourself. You've got some fancy architraves. And the people would be sitting there going, yeah, don't look at the back kitchen, like it ain't so fancy. So yeah, there is some slight variations to these rules. That said, generally speaking, these traditional Queenslander houses, particularly the ones in the early 1900s, were IKEA catalogue houses. Now, I don't mean that to come across in a negative sort of way. I am the biggest character nut out there. I love these houses. But the cold hard truth, the reality is they were mass-produced cookie cutter houses that people ordered out of catalogues. As a result, each detail within these houses was exactly the same. So the windows around the house, in theory, should be exactly the same. So what do? Well, when I turn up to a house, I go room to room to room. And there's probably 4 key things that I look at when it comes to these windows. First and foremost, what I'm looking at is the timber detailing that you typically find here. On this house, the timber detailing is actually on the outside, which is a little bit non-standard. But yeah, what I do is come and look at the detailing here. Now, what I'm looking at is the shape of that detailing. And what I'm looking at also is the proportion or size of that detailing. So I often get my car key, hold it up, take a happy snap, walk to the next room, do the same thing, go room to room to room, and then I compare the various photos to see, okay, in relation to my key, is it all exactly the same size, style, all of that sort of stuff. Next thing I look at is the size or proportion of the timber detailing that breaks up the glazing. So again, I get my key out, take a photo next to it, walk room to room and go, is it exactly the same size? Or in some of the rooms, is it actually bigger? Next thing I look at is the shape or profile on the middle bar. So in this house, it comes out, then it curves, and then it comes out again. Again, room to room to room, is it exactly the same? You get what I'm going here. The final thing I look at is the sill. Again, profile, shape, is it exactly the same? Size, proportion, exactly the same. If you go around the house and you find one window at the back or 2 windows at the back that are slightly different, very different, doesn't matter any sort of difference, that may be a sign that something has changed there. Something is not original. So again, it becomes one of your puzzle pieces that you put together in trying to work out on a balance of probabilities, is this section a post-1946 modification, and therefore can it be removed under the exemptions? Okay, that covers off everything I want to talk about today. As I always say, until next time, thanks for watching.
For all you red tape lovers out there, I have one thing to say. Well, no actually, I've got 3. Number 1, the advice provided in these videos is general in nature. It's not site specific. You would be a silly billy to go and make financial decisions based on this advice without first checking with the town planner. Don't be a silly billy. Number 2, Brisbane town planning is in no way linked to Brisbane City Council. The views expressed in these videos are my own, not council's. So if you don't like them, blame me, not council. Number 3, what was my number 3? Oh yeah, the views expressed in these videos are accurate at the time of recording. If you're watching this video back 10 years from now, the views may not be so accurate. That's all.